second straight day of torrential rain forced the evacuations of hundreds of people who live along rivers. We saw road closures and rescues throughout the day and into the night. And you can see that the rain caused issues from the North Sound all the way down to the Oregon border. In Roseburg, Washington, the Coast Guard was called in to rescue someone who was trapped there, and a lot of homeowners waking up this morning to assess the damage.
Well, let's get right up to our live coverage this morning. We have Jade Elliott. She's near Carnation, where the Snoqualmie River is just about a foot away from major flood stage.
We begin, though, with Dan Griffin live in Concrete, where communities had to be evacuated because of the heavy flooding. Dan?
Well, good morning to you. And that was the tough decision for people who live in this area. Do they leave? Do they stay? A lot of people wanted to stay in their homes, I'm sure, but some of them did pack up and then go to the edge of where we are here, this Cape Horn neighborhood here in Concrete. I want to point out for you here what we can see. This little stick, this branch that we've got here, basically marks the spot from where it was when we first got here this morning. In the past 30 minutes or so, we can see the water has definitely started to recede, and that's reflected in the data that we've been getting this morning, showing that the Skagit River here in Concrete crested overnight, reached about 29 feet is where it is now. When it crested, it was about at 33 feet. So we know that people here were grappling with what should they do? Should they stay? Should they go? There were deputies standing by overnight, at least last night we knew, with boats in case there were any kind of emergencies, medical emergencies. And there were also people who had went to go help one another. Charities had come in to help people as well, helping neighbors with hot coffee, with food, and just trying to be here for one another as the river had continued to come in. Let's take a listen to what some of those people had to say.
We've seen a lot of people bringing their trailers up to the top of the Cape to park them. We've actually seen it between 50 to 100 people come through and getting food, things they need. And we have more coming tomorrow. And so the biggest need, I think, right now for the recovery process will be blankets, warm coats.
People are worried, about their animals and their kids and things like that. We've been open, we'll always be open 24 hours a day. So we try to help them as much as we can.
And that one would have seen firsthand the people coming in to gas up to make sure they have what they needed to keep generators going. You can see the distance here, back here live, that mailbox, that whole area there is showing just some of the flooding as that water slowly recedes here this morning. You can see just some of the impact. And I'll tell you, far beyond where we are now, there was a sign that warned people that this road was closed because of water over the roadway. That was apparently from yesterday because the water has receded that much. So we know that there's a shelter. The First Baptist Church there in Hamilton has been open to help people who needed a place to stay. That is a resource there as well. And the sun, it looks like, is finally starting to come up a little bit. So as that continues, we'll be keeping an eye on that, seeing a better look at the damage of where the water is too. So we'll keep you updated. But for now, we're live here in Skagit County. Dan Griffin, Fox 13 News.
All right, thank you, Dan, for those visuals. Let's continue our team coverage in Carnation, where the Snoqualmie River is close to major flood stage.
So, Jade, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, well, still very dark, of course, this morning, so it is kind of hard to see. We're right along the Tolt River. If you take a look behind me, the bridge here goes over the Tolt River. Both Snoqualmie River and the Tolt River in flood stages. As you were mentioning, the Snoqualmie River reaching that phase 3 flood alert stage. The Tolt River here where we're along, that's at phase 2 right now, but very close to approaching that phase 3 stage. But as we've made our way through Carnation this morning, the rain has let up just a little bit as of right now, but we're seeing a lot of signs like the one behind me. Areas closed. We're seeing some road closures as well, stating there is some water over the roadway. Again, with it being so dark, it's been hard for us to see some of those areas still. But we are hearing from the King County Department of Parks and Natural Resources. They're saying as the Tolt River approaches phase 3, we could see some minor flooding, including at the Snoqualmie Valley Trail Bridge and also State Route 203 bridge. Flooding from the Snoqualmie River, that could impact the entire Snoqualmie Valley and could also cover some low-lying areas. Falls City, Carnation, where we are, Carnation Road, portions of West Snoqualmie River Road, just northeast of Tote Hill Road, and also Novelty Flats Road. That's areas that could be heavily impacted by the Snoqualmie River flooding. So King County Flood Warning Center, that's been open now for about 24 hours, if not a little more. They've been monitoring both the Snoqualmie River and the Tolt River where we are here, just making sure that they are ready for any sort of situation situation that could come into hand. We did pass one area. It looked like they had some sandbags filled and kind of laying over a barrier, possibly for people to utilize if they needed to. So we, of course, are monitoring the situation here. We're live in Carnation. We'll be here throughout the morning, keeping you updated. Of course, once the sun starts to come up a little more, we're hoping to get a little better of an idea of just how high this Tolt River is behind us. I walked closer to it moments ago just to see what I could see from our vantage point, and you can see the water moving pretty fast through the area, but it was hard to see just how high it was because it is still so dark. So we'll keep you updated throughout the morning. Reporting live in Carnation, Jade Elliott, Fox 13 News.
And we're tracking several power outages this morning. Right now, less than 1,000 Puget Sound Energy customers are impacted. The largest outages are reported near Kirkland and Stillwater. We will keep you updated as crews continue working to restore power.